Hi, good evening. Today is the 11th of April 2021, and this is a look back at the news from Zimmer and Peacock for the week starting the the 5th of April 2021. So every week we like to do a kind of a live look back or a live podcast on the news from Zimmer and Peacock, and this is that podcast. So if we look back at the news from ZP for this week, every week ZP is in a sort of constant state of hiring, and essentially the business is growing. The world of biosensors is very dynamic. Unfortunately with pandemics like COVID-19, then the market for biosensors is definitely growing, and ZP is growing accordingly. Now we have hired a lot of scientists and a lot of engineers, from chemists and biologists and data scientists, but we'll also put a call this week that we're actually needing to increase the breadth of kind of people that we're trying to bring into the business. So we now need to bring in people who have an interest in finance, people who have an interest in administration, people who have an interest in business, and people who have an interest in marketing. So obviously as the business grows, you can't just constantly hire new engineers and new scientists. Scientists and engineers need support in terms of logistics, in terms of administration around their jobs. So we are bringing on some people who have a bigger interest or a deeper interest actually in the business side of, let's say, business. So at ZP we have plenty of scientists and engineers, and we have been constantly hiring even through this pandemic. And now we're actually putting a call out to sort of say, look, if people are interested in being part of the business and they have more of a business background, as I say, in finance, administration or marketing, then please contact us. Now, specifically in the advert that we've put onto the website, we have said if you're at USN Vestafol. So unfortunately, one of the best ways of joining ZP is to either be in the UK or be in Norway. We have a very international team, and we definitely want to keep that team essentially growing. But at the moment we can't, it's very hard to kind of interview people and bring people in from abroad. So it really does help if you're based in the UK or you're based in Norway at the moment. So in the advert we do say, look, if you're a student at USN Vestafol, which is near our Norwegian facility, then you're particularly welcome to apply. Like I say, we have an international team. You can see that from our website. But at this moment, for these administration roles, we are putting out a specific call for people who are quite local to us, us in Norway. So, yeah, if you know someone or you are in Norway, then please let us know. So, ZP is hiring this week. Actually, the hiring that we're doing is a little bit more aimed towards the business side of things. Some other news this week, we have a really strong partner company in Indonesia, and the guys have been really good, and they've been going out there and they've been meeting the customers and the collaborators in Indonesia. So if you follow Zimmer and Peacock much or at all, you'll actually sort of see Indonesia popping up quite a bit. And we've had this strong relationship with the team in Indonesia going back probably over 4 years now, and they're really great. They get out there, they meet the customers, they're supporting our technology called FoodSense, which is really for measuring the hotness of chili, and then they also support the academic community in Indonesia. So Zimmer and Peacock, I kind of said it just a minute ago, we are a really internationally focused business, and I'm really happy that the Indonesian team, despite the pandemic, they've been able to go out and meet people within the scientific and the food production industry. So that was just some nice videos that the guys in the Indonesian team had put out there this week. So some other news from Zimmer and Peacock this week is every Thursday at 8 a.m. London time, we do a webinar really for our developers. So we have the ZP Developer Zone. It's getting really active, and in the ZP Developer Zone we have a forum, and people are posting questions on the forum. So every week they're going to the forum and questions are being posted. ZP is picking up on those questions, and then so the questions get posted on the forum, and then every week we pick up on those questions, and we have a webinar every Thursday, as I say, at 8 a.m. London time, and the next one will be in, as I say, 3 days. Now that webinar is kind of in contrast to this this podcast, because essentially that webinar is really quite technical focused, and this podcast is really about, you know, news from Zimmer and Peacock. But I am thinking, and I'd be kind of interested to hear people's opinions, that in fact maybe we have to do the webinar twice a week, because 8 a.m. London time really works pretty well for the UK, works well for Europe, works okay for Asia. It's the end of their day, but it does not work well for the USA, for example, and North and South America. So we might end up using this podcast session, which is at 8 p.m, to actually maybe repeat the webinar, so we can cover the globe more effectively. So anyway, the news from Zimmer and Peacock was this week we did our webinar at 8 a.m. on the Thursday, and this week we really delved into glucose sensors and oxidase sensors. So if you want to ask technical questions of Zimmer and Peacock, please join the Developer Zone. You can ask your questions in the forum, and you can actually expect us to definitely answer them actually in the webinars. So that's really going really well, and the membership is really skyrocketing in the ZP Developer Zone. Now, at ZP we kind of have a very different kind of philosophy to business. If you look at Zimmer and Peacock, we're an ISO 13485 business. We are a professional organization. We have to make profits in order to do all the great and interesting science that we like to do, and to essentially pay the salaries. But we do have a lot of free type of services that we put in the business, or we give out from the business. We have the ZP Academy, we have the ZP Developer Zone, and we also have something called Julie. So Julie is a cloud database where you can essentially store electrochemical data. So if you're using products from Zimmer and Peacock or from PalmSense, then you can upload that data to Julie, and it allows you to store your electrochemical data. It allows you to store it there and invite other people to see your data. So it's a really good way of sharing data. But then it also allows you to manipulate your data. You can do calibrations, you can do filtering of your data, you can do smoothing of your data. So Julie's pretty powerful, and you can actually bring together several pieces of data and compare them all and do statistical analysis on it. And the beautiful thing is actually produce a report at the end of it as well. So Julie is a great way of storing data, sharing data, manipulating data, and reporting upon data. And as I said, our business is definitely unusual, because the shocking thing about Julie is it's free. So I'm encouraging people now to start getting these Julie accounts. With time, Julie will get smarter. It's a cloud database, so we're always being able to update it, so you don't have to do any installations. But I'm encouraging people to start getting accounts now. Just know it's in its infancy, but we are definitely improving upon it. And to go along with that, then we've also put together a training course on the ZP Academy. Now I know on the ZP Academy it says it's 125 euros. It's not 125 euros. It's just contact. There's a contact button here. Fill in your name and stuff, and we can put your name and your emails and stuff like that in there, and we can give you a code, and you can use that for free. So let me just do a you can use the Academy then for course for free. So let me just do a quick summary of the news from Zimmer and Peacock this week. So this is, I actually said, that we do a live streaming or podcast every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK time. Actually, I misspoke. This is the first time we've done the live streaming. So we'll do it from now going forward, 8 p.m. Sunday UK time. We'll do a podcast. So the news from Zimmer and Peacock this week is we are looking for people to join the company still. Really, we're trying to recruit at this moment from a university called USN in a region of Norway called Vestfold, because it's quite near to us. So it is unfortunately easy for these people to come to us and not have to cross borders, which is a little tricky at the moment. So we are hiring. I also want to say that a great shout out to the guys in Indonesia. You're really doing a great job going out there, meeting people, supporting them, with the equipment and the technology. That's really appreciated. As I say, we do a webinar specifically for our ZP Developer Zone at 8 a.m. every Thursday. If I get a sense that people would actually like us to sort of repeat that a little bit at this time slot, which is 8 p.m. on Sunday, we can do that, because I realize that people in North and South America are probably not able to attend the 8 a.m. Webinars. And as I say, Julie is out there. It's for storing the manipulation and reporting of electrochemical data. Please create an account. There is also a training module. Don't worry, we're not trying to charge people for that training module. We just want people to kind of contact us, and then we'll give them a code for the training module. So that was the news from Zimmer and Peacock for the week ending the 11th of April 2021, and that was our news from the 5th of April 2021. As I say, this is really the first time that we've actually done the live streaming of our podcast and video log. Brilliant. So I got a nice question coming in from Anne Moll, and can I register from India? Yeah, you can definitely register from India. So somebody's just asking, can they register? You can register for the ZP Developer Zone. You'll find it super interesting, and also register for Julie, and well, thank you very much. Welcome aboard. So I'll put some links in the chat and down below, and hopefully you'll be able to navigate in. And got any questions, same time next week, and appreciate the comments. Okay, and have a pleasant day, and good night. As I say, it's 8:15 of an evening in the UK, and speak to you all again soon. Alright, thanks very much.